What is up, everybody? Welcome to Carb Pilot. If you drive one of these, you've most likely experienced this. Okay, I know that's a bit extreme, but if you have a CR125 shifter cart, there's the constant tuning challenges. Well, I think I have the remedy. LECTRON just introduced their Billetron 38 for carts in a kit. That includes the carburetor, the pump, fuel line, and an extra metering rod. Now, if you're not familiar with LECTRON, it's essentially a self-tuning carb, so no matter the elevation, humidity, climate, no more tuning. You no longer will have a needle, main jet, or pilot jet. How nice is that? Now, aside of the advantage of having a self-tuning carb, you're gonna get better throttle response, more pulling power through the gears, and believe it or not, better fuel economy. We all know these shifter carts use very expensive fuel. The better the economy, the less money out of our pocketbooks. So basically what you'll get is faster lap times, and you'll use less energy getting those faster lap times. Now, to explain LECTRON's technology in simple terms, instead of having a round needle, they use a metering rod, which is round on one side, flat on the other. And what this metering rod does is it uses air density and fuel lift to adjust for climate, humidity, and other changes. And I actually saw video reviews of guys getting 30% to 50% better fuel economy. Now, if you're wondering who LECTRON is, these guys have been in the carburetor business since 1974, so they know what they're doing. They are two-stroke carburetor specialists, but they also have carbs for 4 strokes and Harleys, but they're best known for squeezing the most power out of 2 strokes. And don't think their engineers don't understand karting. Their engineers are totally knowledgeable about the specific fuel management systems these carts need. Now, before I chose LECTRON, I watched a lot of YouTube reviews. Every review came out the shining colors, but the one that sold me the most was a guy named Jeff Walker. He has a CR125 dirt bike. He went out, rode with his stock carb, checked his lap times, put on the LECTRON, went out and shaved almost 2 seconds off his lap time. So that was pretty convincing to me. Let's check out what this system looks like on my cart. So here's the system mounted up on my CR125 shifter cart. The carburetor is such a nice looking piece here. You see the fuel pump that comes with the kit. The kit also comes with the vacuum line you see here. It goes from this part of the pump to an inlet on the front of the carb right here, just behind the choke. It no longer goes to the side of the manifold. I just blocked this off right now. On top of the fuel pump is a line that goes from there to the inlet on the carb. And then on the bottom of the pump is a line coming from the fuel tank. One thing you'll notice here, there's not a return line going back to the gas tank. You don't need one. Now, if I need to make a quick adjustment to my power jet, I just turn this right here. I just turn this right here to adjust my idle. And then here's my manual choke. Pull that up to start it. Put it down when it's done. Another nice thing about this carb, you can use your stock cable. You don't have to worry about that. It mounts right to it. And then you can get these handy slide screws right here. You don't need a wrench. You just unscrew them by hand in case you need to get to your metering rod. Now, one thing you want to make sure is you got ventilation going to your gas tank. Right now I've got an overflow tank here with holes in the lid so it can breathe. All right, since we got the Billetron 38 fuel management system on the cart, let's take it to the track, see what it can do. I'm stoked. All right, here we are the next day, and it is an exciting day taking the cart to the track. I'm really looking forward to see what this LECTRON can do. What I'm really hoping for is more grunt out of the corners, running cleaner in the corners, maybe some more top end, just better performance overall. Now, I will say this, it is not a great day for karting. It's not terrible, but it's not ideal. There's no sun. It's barely 61 degrees. And optimally, I like it to be in the mid-70s with some sun shining to warm up the track. But we'll do the best. It'll still be a good day. No, I got a starter.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it makes life so much easier. Alright guys, I just got back from session 1 and all I gotta say is wow. Before I even checked my lap times, the car just felt so much better. Overall, the car ran cleaner, it had more pull out of the corners, it got to top speed faster, and I could just feel it right away. My last time here, I was able to throw down right around a 44-second lap time. In session 1 was a 42.57. My top speed here last time was 77. Now that went down to 75.5. So I contacted the engineer over at LECTRON and he said, I need to lean out the power jet, which is turn it in half a turn. So he said he set it a little bit rich for me. He goes, you need to lean it out. So let's see how these numbers do in session 2. All right guys, just got back from session 2. I'm a little bit worn out. 3 weeks off and I can feel it. I did notice right away more top end speed. Felt like I was going faster that time. I actually got my lap time down to a 41.78. I was shocked. Now we talked about the top speed issue. I went from a 75.5 in session 1 to 76.7, just under 77 miles an hour, which is my top speed here. I have to say, testing session number 1, huge success. All right, I wanted to show you guys something else I think is important. Look at this rear bumper. Look at this. It's completely clean and dry. Now, normally when I'd come off a track day, this would have remnants of fuel all over it. Not saturated, but enough to where it's like, wow, I'd have to wipe it down with a rag. But look at that. That's how clean this carb's burning. No overflow gas pouring on the rear bumper. All right, so what are the takeaways after that test session day? Obviously, the car was faster, but it was also easier to drive. There was no hesitation in the motor coming out of corners, and it pulled strong all the way to the top end. The one thing I didn't expect was the car was easier to start. Doesn't sound like a big thing, but it's a nice thing to have. I did have to use the choke on initial startup, but after that, every time I started, after about half hour to 45-minute break between sessions, I didn't have to use the choke at all. And it also fired right up where normally it would crank for 2 to 3 seconds. Now, some of you guys don't like your shifter cart to idle. Mine didn't idle with the other setup, but I have an idle in it now. It sits there and idles. It's a clean idle. It gives me time to start it and get in the car without having to worry about keeping the cart running. The biggest takeaway from that day is I felt like a faster, more confident driver. So if you guys want to get yourself a LECTRON BILLETRON 38 fuel management system for your cart, go visit the LECTRON website. It's in the description below. Make sure you tell them that I sent you. You'll also get their cart-specific customer support, which is nice. And on their website, there's more detailed carb technology on there that'll explain how this thing works way better than I did. And don't just take my word on it. On their website, there's other customer video reviews. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share it with your karting friends. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.